The New York Times did a big piece about Joe Biden's failed immigration policy. Some people said, including me, maybe that should have been written 3 years ago. Today, they have a big piece about Nancy Pelosi opposing a bipartisan effort that's been going on for years to restrict the ability of members of Congress to trade stocks. Here's the headline: Pelosi resisted stock trading ban as wealth grew, fueling suspicion. The former speaker failed to appreciate the groundswell of support for banning the practice, refusing to give an inch amid GOP accusations that she was corrupt. Her family has gotten incredibly rich during her time first as speaker and now in Congress, doing tons of stock trading. There's even a thing where you can do the Pelosi trades, and it does very well. Kristen, what's your guess? Why is the New York Times all of a sudden going back and writing pieces, negative pieces about Democrats that are several years late?
Because they want to write about Republicans. I mean, that's where it's going. They want to be able to hit Republicans for not. I mean, there's already a few votes where Republican, voted one way or the other, or didn't disclose stocks or dumped stocks before another vote. They want to go full on attack Republicans, and so they're going to check the box and highlight Democrats so that they can say, look, I mean, we already hit Democrats, so now we're going to go 3 times.
Jim, do you share Kristen's view? That's why they're doing it?
Maybe it is another, like you said, it's a case of why didn't they write this several years ago? This story reminds me of when senators used to be able to give paid speeches until my old boss, Joe Lieberman, knocked off Lowell Weicker in 1988. Yeah. And then they reached bipartisan consensus that, gee, it's wrong to give paid speeches. Yeah. I think this case is going to, I think they're going to pass a ban on this ultimately. It'll be a footnote in the legacy of Nancy Pelosi. But nonetheless, the media has some accounting to do of its own accord.
I've done no reporting at the Times on this, but my suspicion is they're doing it because they realize how outrageous it looks on their record to have not written long pieces about these two extraordinarily obvious storylines that needed to be covered. And so they're just trying to, get it in the book of sins, a little bit of a erasure for not having done it sooner, because these are stories that cried out to be written in real time, and they're just trying to do it belatedly so they can wipe the slate slightly.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the Morning Meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.